Well, I think I'm live right now. As I'm getting my chat up, let me just remind you that my name's Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going, shall we? So, I thought, well, today I've got to make it quick because my son decided to go on a camping trip with his friends, well, a friend and their parents, his parents. And I am going to have to pick up my daughter from swim practice shortly. So usually he walks her down because it's in our subdivision. But today I am going to have to do it because, yeah, I almost had to broadcast live from the pool, but I didn't. So that worked out nicely because that would have been a little awkward, I think. Anyway, good morning, Snuggles. Good morning, Arlene. Jamie B has her coffee. Oh, good morning, Susan. Susan says, good morning, everyone. K Ren Russ French. I'm getting better at that. Says, good morning, got my coffee. You know what? I have my empty cup again because I am totally drinking coffee this morning. I just haven't finished my second. I just haven't started my second cup yet. Caitlin Smith, hello. Susan, hello. And Susan says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Snuggles. Arlene. Jamie with her sweet little emojis. I love those emojis. Says, good morning. She's got her coffee. I love the sunshine. Good morning, Donna Jean. Good morning, Amal. Finally, you're back. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I It's been a long morning. I had to drop her off first, so I was running late. Oh, yay, Brian joined Span. I'm so glad to hear it, Brian. I hope you're enjoying it so far. It's a great group of people. We're very blessed. Good morning, Alyssa. Alyssa says, good morning, Angie. I broke up with my narc on our anniversary. It's been hell, but he never called to say happy anniversary, but found every reason. I kept asking him for months, what are we going to do? It's so bad, the fighting, the finger pointing. Girl, I feel you. It is horrible. It's horrible. It's painful. And it's also, I think, soul draining. Like I think Bama said yesterday, soul wound. And the longer it goes on, the less you feel like yourself, right? The less you feel like being who you really are because you don't even know anymore. Good morning, Angela Scabelind. Welcome back, sweetheart. Jamie B says, how is beautiful Sophie enjoying summer vacay so far? She likes it so much better than school. In the summertime, my kids swim. They're on the swim team. And so they literally every single morning and every evening of Monday through Friday anyway, they go to swim practice, sometimes on Saturdays, depending on when their next meet happens to be. So she is there at the moment doing that. Good morning, Zoe Webster. She says, morning there, trying to drink less coffee to combat the anxiety. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. That's a good start. And, lots of deep breathing is helpful, and little techniques to get you through those hard moments are helpful. Absolutely. Zoe Webster, I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. Deborah Fanning says, good morning, got my coffee and it's raining here. Oh my gosh, it's raining there. Well, it's sunny here in St. Louis today, thank goodness. Kind of warm and kind of hot, actually. Wendy Brewer says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Wendy. Donna Jean says, I have a question. After watching your video the other day about your business, have you ever had retaliation from your former narc due to what you do? Well, no. A couple reasons. Number one, I do not deal with my former narcs. Number two, well, I think that's the only reason I don't deal with them. If they want to retaliate, I suppose they could try. I'm sure that I've seen some real nasty comments over the months that they may have been involved in leaving. Yep. So, but no, I haven't, and I don't deal with my former narcissists at all. So, I have had one of them publish in their little church newsletter that I was crazy once. I thought that was funny. But then I explained to them that if they wanted to do that, I would probably go ahead and need to publish my side of the story to my thousands of subscribers. And since they only have probably 200 people that read their little church newsletter, I think I won that one because some of their little church people were also in my subscriber lists. So, yeah, that's the closest thing I could say to retaliation. I will tell you that I try never to call anyone out by name specifically. I have been divorced for many years from my ex-husband, so I'm not, I'm not actively involved with him. He did not do anything for my child over the years at all, except for the favor of not being in his life, which turned out to be what it was. So, anyway, Rose said, "Hey Rose, good morning. I signed up for the oh wait, I signed up for the website last night, but last night had a miserable night. Muscle spasms and migraine. I keep thinking I'm wrong to think my family holds narcissism. I feel drained." Rose, it's normal to think that. It's normal to feel that way. So I want you to know that it's normal for us to doubt ourselves. You were taught to doubt yourself from probably very early on. Um, I want you to take some deep breaths, and I want you to just, you don't have to label it narcissism if you don't want to, but clearly you've been in a toxic situation at the very least. So the drained feeling is normal. Maybe what you need to do is take a little space from thinking about narcissism for a while and start to focus on healing, or even just something that makes you happy. You know, finding your passion and doing what it is that you like to do. I'm going to just try to reposition myself here. I feel like I'm slipping. Oh, there went my phone. I feel like I'm slipping down in the chair. Um, okay, let's see. Nadia says, "Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday." Angie and everyone, good morning, Nadia. Guardian Wolf, "Good morning, humans." Hugs to everyone and cheers to coffee. Let's see. Susan says to Alyssa, "He doesn't care and it hurts." You don't deserve someone like that. That's right. That's right. You deserve someone way better. That is absolutely the truth. Zoe Webster says, "I'm trying to recognize that the death of the narcissist's longtime friend, trying to recognize the death of the narcissist's longtime friend doesn't mean we have any common ground." Right? Am I missing part of your statement there, Zoe? Let me scroll back up. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, that's true. If you're dealing with a narcissist who is mourning, you may actually catch a glimpse of the real person, but that will be short-lived, just so you know. Good morning, CCB. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy to see you again, my friend. Bonnie, good morning. Elise says, "Good morning, everybody." Let's see. Zoe says, "Thanks. I've lost my spot. Hate when that happens. Hold on, let me scroll on back up here." Zoe says, "Thanks. I still have half a pot of coffee now." Yeah, well, I've had one cup so far, and I promise you I'll be catching up with you in just a minute here. Oh, my screen is weird today. Okay. All right. Okay, DeVito, good morning. DeVito says, "I'm at the counselor with my son and his narcissist mother, and it is a disaster. After the counselor's office told me she is having sex with a guy, and the guy actually contacted me to talk about sickness." Oh, my stars. That is a disaster. I hope you're okay. I would get tested to be safe. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's got to be devastating, and that's devastating on more than one level. There's another YouTuber, Tracy Malone, her and her friend Lizette, who's also a YouTuber. Lizelle, not Lizette. I always want to call her Lizette. Anyway, the two of them came to St. Louis to meet me once. They're great people, but there was a situation where Tracy's narcissist and Lizelle's narcissist turned out to be the same person. And it turned out that Lizelle had been given an STD, I think the one that, I can't remember which one it is, but the one that causes cancer. And Tracy actually kind of saved Lizelle's life because they got in contact, and Tracy said, "I just want you to know this narcissist has this STD and you need to get tested." Well, Lizelle got tested and had it, and turned out she was able to be treated, so she didn't get the cancer. So I hope you're okay, DeVito. I hope you're okay. Good morning, Helen, or afternoon, Helen. DeVito says, "When the guy contacted me, he said very bad things about her, but evidently they're back again. Why would she ever tell me this?" That's a very good question. I would need to know a little bit more information, my friend. Can you share a little more with me? I would appreciate that. Good morning, Shastina. How you doing? Did you get my email? I think it was you. Oh, no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Hold on. Okay. There's another person with a similar name. Lou, that's who. Good morning. Good morning. She said, "My ex asked me to stay at my house until mental health program opens up in 1 month. And when I said there will be rules and named a few, he threatened to take my money so I can't pay rent. I hate this." Can he do that? I mean, how can he take your money? 3 kids, no job, no money, I'm lost. Oh, because he helps pay the money. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Um, okay, so Lou, are you in the United States or are you outside the United States? Can you let me know? I can't remember. I feel like you might be outside the United States. Um, I wonder if you are able to get help outside of the home. Are you able to get any legal help here? Because I don't think he's legally allowed to not provide for his children. But I guess if you guys are still married, there might be some lack of paperwork involved. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, hold on. Normally, I wouldn't even answer this. Oh, but it's my doctor's office. I'll just answer it later. But I'm sorry about that. Normally, I wouldn't even answer that call, but my that's no bueno. But my okay, we're moving on. Anyway, my daughter's at swim practice, so I just need to make sure that she's okay. So, but it's just the doctor's office. It's fine. Apparently, they think they need to call me during my live streams and no other time during the day. Um, okay, Lou, I have some resources at queenbeing.com. I don't want you to end up being without your home or anything, though. So, is he abusive physically, or what's happening with him? Can you give me a couple of ideas about what you're dealing with? CCB says, question, what do you do when you don't have any healthy anchor person and are in doubt when where your CPTSD and pain comes from, partner, family, boss, etc., or does that indicate they are all likely toxic? Okay, well, when you don't have a healthy anchor person, you have to learn to sort of become that person yourself. It's possible that you are dealing with a lot of toxic people because often before we understand the situation, we think that there are a lot of things wrong with us, but what we do is we end up attracting a lot of toxic people to us. So if that's the case, then that might be what you're dealing with. What I would suggest is that even for just one session, talk with a therapist or a coach who understands and kind of explain your situation. CCB, if you want to email me, I'd be happy to try to respond to that for you in more detail. I would just want to ask you a few more questions about what you're dealing with and what kind of uh, symptoms you're having and things like that. If you want to put that in the chat here, I'll be happy to answer that as well. But I'm running a little short on time today, so be aware of that. But if you do want to email me, it's angyyatkinson@gmail.com. DeVito says, is my chat's coming through? I think you're great, by the way. Yes, sir, they are coming through, coming through. All right, and thank you. I appreciate that. Nadia says, I stayed up last night after my daughter went to bed to have quiet time to read. Excuse me. Hubby came home from work and thought I was up just to wait for him. I feel like all he wants to do with me is sex. Yeah, that's a really common and unfortunate thing. Now, see, so there are like two different sides to that story, right? Some people don't get any sex from their narcissist. The narcissist withholds in order to control. And some people find themselves in a different place. They find themselves where Nadia is, where the narcissist is only interested in sex, and they make you feel like an object, and they make you feel like you're not really worthy of any conversation or discussion of intelligence, because they want you to feel like all you've got to offer is sex or your body to them. I don't know if they intentionally want you to feel that or if they're just so self-centered that I think it depends on the where they are on the spectrum. Sometimes they might be so calculating that they really want you to think that all you have going on is your body, and this would, in turn make you less confident as a person. But the other side of that coin is sometimes they're just so selfish that they just don't think about anything else, if that's helpful. I think that, Nadia, you are not, no matter what anybody tells you, you're not required to have sex with your narcissist, even if they would tell you otherwise. Sorry, I'm just trying to get repositioned here. Even if they would tell you otherwise, you're literally not required to have sex with them. But at the same time, I know that if you don't, it makes your life a living hell, because they make you feel bad about yourself, and make you feel like you're not doing your wifely duties or whatever. Um, it's a process. But Nadia, I know you're working on changing things. Um, if you turn him down, what does he do? Can you let me know? White Cloud, good morning. Says, hi, Angie. I just love you. I'm a follower and signing up as soon as I find work and I'm free from my narc. That is wonderful, White Cloud. I'd love to see you in span if you're not yet. That's queenbeing.com/span. That will take you to our Facebook group. That's private, free support group. Amazing people in that group, amazing survivors. Our admin team is dedicated and strong and amazing and very united as a group. So we are blessed. So thank you. Yeah, you should join. You should join that. It's free and it's confidential. Oops, I lost my spot again. Okay. La la la. I love how you guys support each other. As I'm scrolling back up, I'm seeing it all over the place, all over the place, all the awesome support. Okay, here we go. Jamie says, since I left, my ex Narcula has put a freeze on the bank accounts. What a butt. I don't even care. I hate him so much. He'll never play fair. That's right. And he's trying to make me come back to him. That's not going to happen. Good for you, Jamie. Don't fall for it. You're absolutely right. He's got motives, and you're of course he wants you back. Of course he's trying to suck you back in. He tried the nice guy thing. Now he's trying the, well, I remember he tried to manipulate you with your son during the first few days, didn't he? Or the first week or so, he tried to manipulate you by going after your son's friends, right? Yeah. So this is just another tactic. And if you can get through it without that, without stressing about it or without being directly affected or being affected, but still going forward, that's all you need to do. It's really terrible that he has done that, but it's pretty common. It's pretty common type of controlling behavior. Yeah. Helen says, after being the black sheep of the family and a sting of abusive relationships, I always feel I don't fit in anywhere. Any tips, please? Yes, ma'am. Here's a tip for you. Start embracing yourself. I did a video the other day about, embracing your weirdness, but it's more than that. It's unconditional self-acceptance. When you begin to accept yourself unconditionally and love yourself the way that you should love yourself, what happens is that you do start to fit in because you start to create the energy that people want to fit in with you then. Does that make any sense? When you accept yourself and you love yourself enough, it's a process, but first of all, you raise your standards. You raise your standards and you teach yourself that you don't want to waste time with people who make you feel like you don't fit in. So one thing you might want to do, Helen, is look for some people that are simpatico, as they say, some people who are on the same level as you. And I think you've found a group of people here who are, and certainly this is not, this is a virtual situation, so you can't see all of us in real life, but it's a start. And so when you start to attract, well, I like to call them your soul group or your team, your army, whatever, you can begin to build that in your physical life as well. So start where you're at and keep going forward. Here you fit in, Helen. Here you're one of us. So know that, embrace that, and keep moving forward toward finding people like us and like yourself in real life. It's a daily process, but don't push yourself too hard. Just take your time and don't feel bad about not fitting in. The thing about not fitting in is sometimes you are better for not fitting in because it means you're not tolerating what people are telling you have to be. Sometimes you need to create your own path instead of walking in someone else's footsteps. You feel me? Okay. Elise says, thank you, Angie. And thanks, Awareness Day. Yes, that was really good yesterday. She says, I'm feeling so much better. I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, yesterday I participated in a Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day live stream with Brie Bonche and Athena Moberg. It was good. It was great. And there were a couple other people. Heather Tuba. That's such a fun name. Tuba. My son plays the tuba, actually. Anyway, good morning, Linda Welch. How are you, honey? She says, good morning, Angie and everyone. And she's got that lovely purple heart. Thanks for the Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. Nadia says, he ignores me all the other times, and I don't even feel like being intimate with him. Does anyone else relate? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have been there. I feel like I need an endless coffee today. I'm too tired. I understand completely. And there's also such a thing as sleep deprivation abuse. So a lot of times they will intentionally make you stay awake in order to, whether they know it or not, it's, I call it sleep abuse. They take away your sleep in order to, I think, control you more. It makes you feel less in control of yourself, and it might make you react to them in a way that they secretly enjoy, which is like in a more emotional way, even if you're usually really good at holding it back. It's horrible. I'm sorry. Jamie says, "Good morning, Elise. Glad to see you in good spirits." Absolutely. Oh, Emily says, Hi, Angie. I gasped as I almost missed your live." Oh, hold on. You're live. Oh my God. You're so cute. Thank you. Hi, Emily. How are you, honey? Emily Driftwood. K. Ren Russ French says to Nadia, "Same here. Sex is like he uses my body as a sex doll." Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate. You guys know that I don't want to get all negative on your asses right now, but let me just say this, and in case anyone has any doubts. Just because you're married to someone or you're in a relationship with someone doesn't mean they can't rape you. If you don't say yes to sex, then it's still rape, even if you're married to that person. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. But I want to make sure that you guys know this. I'm sure you know it, but I'm putting it out there again because I don't want anyone to be confused and think you're required to have sex with someone just because you're married to them or in a relationship with them. There is such a thing as relationship rape. I've done a video on it recently. Check it out if you want to. Let's see. Elise says, "Having fun, enjoying life." I love that. How about you, Jamie B? Jamie B says, oops, I lost my spot again. Oh, here it goes. Ugh, Nadia. Ugh, Nadia. I relate 100%. When the mask finally dropped from my narc, I was repulsed by the thought of having sex with him. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I think a lot of us have experienced that same thing. Went almost 3 months without it. I was afraid of catching something. I always made excuses, and he eventually quit bugging me. Good for you. Good for you. Renee says, "Glad to see you all here." Hey, Renee. And she's got her hearts in her sweet little coffee cups. All right. Rick Mash says, "Good morning, all." Linda Wells says, "Renee, good morning." Let's see here. Nadia says to Jamie B, that is why I usually will make sure to be in bed and asleep before he gets home from work. But that's no way to live. Exactly. Yeah. It's temporary, but hopefully it's temporary. Susan says, "Sometimes we can't type our whole questions." Yeah, because of the limited lines we can type. Yeah, I know. I know. I try to be aware of that and keep my eyes on but sometimes there are so many chats in between that it's hard for me to catch both sides. But I try really hard. I'm working on, I have a program on my computer that I think will let me put the chat on the screen, and I really want to do that. I just haven't got around to figuring it out yet. I get really busy with the actual creation of content, but probably this weekend or sooner maybe next week I'll figure that out. Yeah. Good morning, Bon Layman. Welcome. He says, "Good morning, everyone." Blue Bitru, good morning. I think welcome back. You've been here before, haven't you? It's been a while. Oops, I lost my spot. Okay. Good morning. Okay. Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen. How are you, honey? Kathleen Welch. She says, "Good morning. Found you yesterday. Been dealing with a narcissist for 19 years. Oh, she says, "If I only knew what I've learned about narcissism in the past year." Certainly. And that's very, very difficult. Yeah. Oh, Lou, that's who says, "Callie, he gets VA benefits and isn't still in control of it." Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Lou, that's who. I know that the military typically does not tolerate spousal abuse. So maybe I don't know, with the VA, I know it might be a little different, but I know that you could go and speak to if he were still active duty, I know that you can go and speak to their commanding officer if they were abusing you. So if you could find a person like that, or even a therapist or something, that maybe you could get some help that way. It's a thought, or maybe they can put him somewhere else for the time being. Jamie B says, "Good for you, Elise. I'm still taking it one day at a time. That's all we have to do. That's all we can do every single day, every single one of us, one day at a time. Today is a good day." I'm so happy to hear that, Jamie B. She says, "I'm going on a hike tomorrow." Super excited. Oh, that's so good and so good for you. I'm proud of you for that. Good job, honey. Amal says, one question. My narcissist ex-fiance contacted me through Instagram and we spoke on the phone. I gave her clarity and we both found out he lied a lot. Oh, narcissist ex-fiance. He lied a lot and spoke ill of us. hmm Yeah, I'm going to just pause right here and say this. That's very common. It's very common for a narcissist to speak ill of exes because I think they do it in order to control the next person and also to make themselves look better and to get pity and whatever. She says he sent me nasty messages on social media shortly after he hacked her account, but left me alone when I didn't engage and ended up blocking him. That was early May. He has tried, oops, he has tried to hack my main email several times since then, including creating fake social media accounts to stalk and comment on his girls' pictures, pretending to be me. Oh, my stars. Sure. You know why he's doing that? Because number one, it makes him look like you are so desperate to be back with him. And number two, it makes him look desirable in his stupid, twisted mind. Not that he's stupid, I'm sure, but in his twisted mind, people think that it, it makes him look desirable. It makes you look crazy. It's a smear campaign, and it's probably also a strange effort to make himself closer to the girl that you're that you according are commenting on, because then they have a drama to go through together. It's like trauma bonding almost. It's kind of weird, but yeah, if I were you, I would just put a statement on your account, your main real account, and I would say what happened. I would say someone tried to stalk my create someone tried to hack my account. Someone created fake social media accounts pretending to be me, commenting on photos. This was not me. If you don't see this thing, then it's not me, or whatever. Um, you know, Tell your friends not to accept friend requests from people. It's a horrible thing. What I would not do is get too upset about it publicly. I would just state something very factual on your account, maybe pin it to your timeline, and leave it at that. I would not dwell on it, and I would not waste a lot of your time trying to prove him wrong, because it will just make you look worse, unfortunately. They love that stuff. Yeah. Elise says, wow, sounds exciting, Jay. Maybe you're in the right path. Absolutely. And Jay maybe says to Nadia, it's the worst. Do you have an exit plan yet, or what's going on? I'd like to know that as well. I know that's the only thing kept me sane during the last months, the exit plan. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Yeah. Hey, Dolores, I'm glad to see you today, honey. She says, that's me, and now I see it's true. Oh, I hope you're okay. Okay, Corn Dancer, Hot Guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy to have you here today. Bonnie says, my narc leaves treats on the table for me like a dog. Oh my gosh. He leaves no card, says nothing. Why? Double messages. That's a really good question. I think sometimes it is because they are treating you like a dog. I don't know what the treats are, but I would want to ask more questions about that before I could fully answer it. But I think, sometimes it's just like anything. They'll give you some crumbs of, oh, here's, I'm not a horrible person here. Have this piece of candy or whatever, have this diamond ring or whatever. But they are a horrible person. They're giving you the crumbs just enough to keep you attached. A lot of narcissists are really good at beating us up emotionally and otherwise sometimes, and then being so good for some reason and switching it all back gets messed up. So let's see. Lou, that's who says, wait a minute, I lost my patch. Okay, wait a minute, here it goes. Lou, that's who says, he said he will let me have it because he wants to care for the kids, but when he's mad, he takes it away. And I stayed at home for most of our marriage, and yes, mentally and physically abusive. Okay. Lou, I don't know if you can go and talk to a commanding officer on this guy, or if you can go talk to someone at the VA about it, but I know that the military does not tolerate physical abuse at all. I know mental abuse is harder to prove, but if you've been physically abused, you should go and talk to someone. They'll take care of you. Something to consider. They'll help you if you talk. Yeah, just make sure you speak to someone who is a mandated reporter if possible, and B, someone who seems to understand and who isn't going, look for a female if possible, or if not a female, then an understanding male who wouldn't do such a thing. But their commanding officer in the regular military will usually handle it. So Renee says, "Hey Linda, hugs. Hope you're having a great start." Hair changes color. Good morning. Good morning. She says, "I really enjoyed seeing you at the Awareness Day Summit. We think alike. I solve problems by researching too. That's why Duo has been working for me. Nerds unite." Yes, nerds unite. I love it though, because it's true. And you know what? I got to be really honest. It was really great talking to those people and doing that yesterday. But I feel like it's really important to stay as positive as you can. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't mourn. We've talked about this all before. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I need to understand. I do. It's who I am. And I think some people want to dwell on the pain and they want to stay in the pain. The pain is real and you have to go through the pain, but you don't have to live in the pain forever. And that's what I think some people don't get. So I realized it yesterday during the summit, that I think radically differently than a lot of people. And I also realized I'm probably a lot happier than a lot of people. So, bam! Where's Bama when I need a good bam? Anyway, okay. Nadia says to Jamie, "No, not yet. I don't know what to do." Oh, wait a minute. Arlene says, "We also confide in people who are as friends." That's probably dangerous, Arlene, if you're talking about your narcissist. Nadia says to Jamie, "No, not yet," about the exit plan. "I don't know what to do. I legally own the house, so it makes it harder. Maybe I can drive him out in a creative way. Now is the time to plan, and plan I am." Okay, girl, let's plan. All right. Legally owning the house makes it harder for sure, but you know what else you can do is you can begin the eviction process if that's a possibility. I mean, if you guys are married, it's harder for sure, because if you're married to a person, they can legally, I think, depending on the state you're in, they may be able to take part of the house, but you have kids, so it's unlikely that they'll force you out of the house. So that's something. Hoka Corn Dancer Hawkeyes says the flying monkey was the main hypocrite. The main hypocrite tried to say yesterday, y'all, I can't talk today. Tried to say hi yesterday and I ignored, well, kind of. It's a good start. It's a good start. If you keep yourself, focused on not giving them emotion, that's important. Yes. Very good, Hoke. I'm proud of you. Conchetta Bless, good morning, beautiful. How are you, honey? I like all your little smileys and flowers and pretties there. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, wait a minute. I lost my spot again. Dang it. This chat drives me crazy. Okay. Amal says, "My question to you is, why is he creating such a vendetta against me? It's been a year now, and she kept my number as well, even though I told her I want to disassociate myself from it all." My friend, it's because, well, I don't know all the details, but I will tell you this. The reason they create a vendetta is because they want to hurt you. And also, it has nothing to do with you on the same token, because they create the vendetta because it makes them look like a victim. Then they get to play the narcissistic injury up. And sometimes they even literally use that to get the next victim on the hook. So the best thing you can do, again, the best thing you can do is gray rock that stuff, make a statement without emotion and move forward. It's definitely about manipulating someone. It's probably at least partially about hurting you, and it's certainly about probably manipulating the news supply. Because, when you have a common enemy, you and a narcissist, you get along for a while, don't you? Yeah, that's silly. Bonnie says he doesn't acknowledge our anniversaries. Pretty common, pretty common. Yeah, they often will say things like, "It's just another day," or "What does it matter?" or "Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday," or "Nobody needs Christmas presents because blah blah, we buy everything all year," whatever. They often want to ruin holidays, anniversaries, things like that, because they're not completely all about them. Yeah. White Cloud says, "I came home from the hospital with a migraine and woke up with my narc on top of me naked. I'm so sorry." That's rape, my friend. Like a total Bill Cosby situation. So I'll never be unconscious in this house again. Yeah, that is horrible, and it is real. It is real, and that this is a very difficult thing. It is rape. It is. You aren't in a condition to say anything. You weren't given permission. You weren't giving permission. He wasn't given permission. It is rape. I'm very sorry. You need to protect yourself and you need to take care of yourself, honey. I'm so sorry. If you can get out of there, please do. Linda Welch says, Renee, hugs. Have a great Friday and weekend. Did Renee leave? Okay. Yes. Yay, Friday. I have just a couple of minutes, you guys, because I have to go get this girl here in a second. So I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick, and I'm so sorry. But I'll definitely be here longer during our next session on Monday. Might try to come in tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I can. But I'll definitely put up a cartoon for you. All right. White Cloud says, no, we are never required to have sex. Our bodies are ours. Stop having sex and get tested. That's what I did. Good for you. Jacqueline Fortune. Good morning, Jacqueline. Says, good morning. I'm 4 days post discard from my narc. He has been contacting my children to make sure I know what I've done is wrong. I know what I've done wrong, and they know how perfect he is. Common. I see that you have a baby in your picture there. I don't know if that's a current picture or not. But I assume you have other children as well, since you're saying he's been contacting them. The best thing you can do is just tell your children the truth as much as they can understand at their ages. If you're talking about adult children here, then maybe, if they're toxic as well, which sometimes they are after having a narcissistic father, just make your statement. This is what's happening, and leave it at that. Hopefully they're not toxic as well, and hopefully they understand who he is. I hope it's okay. I hope you're okay. I hope everything's okay. Keep us posted, Jacqueline. 4 days post discard is difficult. That's a hard time. So I want you to stay focused on healing, breathing, eating. Make sure you eat. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you sleep. Okay? Take care of your very basic needs right now. And if you need to cry and scream and throw things, it's okay. Give yourself a deadline for that, though. Tell yourself, it's only going to be, I'm only going to let myself do this for a week or 2 weeks or a month at the most, and then start living again. Okay? I know it's hard right now. This is one of the hardest times for you, but I bet you part of you might feel a little bit relieved not to be getting the abuse every day. What do you think? 4 days post discard is a hard time. Hugs and love and energy of all the positive things to you, Jacqueline. Oops, I lost it. Giovanna, I'm trying to find your comment. Okay. Here she goes. Giovanna Zenteno says, did I say that wrong? Probably so. Says Zenteno. I don't know. Says Zenteno? Anyway, I'm going to stop that. Does the narcissist man fall in love fast and fall out of love in a second, just like nothing happened? 3 years ago, 3 years together, he jumped into a new relationship 1 month later. Now he's engaged in 6 months. Oh, yes, my friend. Oh, yes. That's one of the biggest red flags of a narcissist, is that if you're in an early relationship and within a couple days or a week, they're like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a red flag, because nobody falls in love in a couple days, really. Look, there might really be a couple of cases of real life love at first sight that really works. But in real life, it's very, very uncommon. And if there is such a thing as love at first sight, and that person really is your person, your forever person, they're going to have no problem being patient with you and taking it slow at the beginning. Okay, just keep that in mind. I'm sorry that happened, but I would actually probably, if I were you, I'd be feeling sorry for the new person that they're engaged to, because they're going to get the same kind of abuse that you did, and they may already be getting it if it's been 6 months so far. So unless it's long distance, in which case they can hide themselves a lot longer. Yes. Lost my spot. Okay. White Cloud will sign up for the Facebook group. Excellent. Hey, Kayla, don't worry. Your video is coming next. I'm working on it right now. I've got it about half written, and I'm hoping to record it today. So stay tuned for that, honey. Nadia says, hey, Angie, if I turn him down, he puts on the guilt trip that, oh, I don't like sex anymore. Can't be, because I wake up early every morning at work to take care of the kid. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen that exact behavior, Nadia. And of course, it's all about him. That's how they roll. They literally, I don't even know that they can think outside their own heads sometimes, honestly. Yeah. Nadia, I really do want you to work on that plan. CCB says, thank you, Angie. My pleasure. White Cloud says to Nadia, always turn him down. He's cheating. I guarantee it. Be careful. He might have an STD. Mine caught herpes somewhere. You don't want an STD. Yeah. And the thing about stuff like herpes is it doesn't go away. You can't cure it. You can just the symptoms and it's there for your whole life. So yes, I totally agree with White Cloud on this one. Bingo, at least they always value their stuff more than their so-called loved ones, Jamie B says. Yes, I agree. 100%. I think I missed some chat, but I've got to go in 1 minute. Shastina says, Narkila tried to manipulate me by waving his pension in my face. I get half anyway when we divorce, as we are in California, 50-50 state. Well, good. Good for you. Yeah, you don't, I think that's perfect. You don't have to be manipulated by anyone. And quite honestly, it can be very, very difficult sometimes to work, when worrying about money. And a lot of us end up staying longer than we should because of money. But know the laws. That's very, very smart. At 50-50, there's nothing you can do about it. Good, 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 Shastina. Proud of you for recognizing that and taking care of yourself. Really. Nadia says to White Cloud, thanks. I know it's risky. He actually never said that they always say that. I'll never cheat on you. I would never do that. That he never cheated on any of his other women. But I was like, wait, how many were there before me? Right? Good question. Yeah. Davido says, I realize there's mostly women on your site, but I have a total narc situation after last night. Last night after my son, my narc, and I went to the counselor, which was a disaster, and she told me that she is, wait, did I? We don't, you know what, Davido, we have men on our site as well. I do love pink, but that's the only reason everything's pink. It's not about it being just for women. It's for everybody who needs help. And I'm very careful not to only focus on women because you know what, there's so many narcissistic mothers. That means a lot of men are getting abused too. Not all of them come forward and admit it. So thank you for being here. And I'm so sorry that you went through that. I really am. Rebecca, hello honey. Hi Becky, how you doing? She said she's hanging in there. She's plugging along through the massive psycho narc muck. Girl, I feel you. I hope you're okay, sweetheart. I know that there was some weird stuff that happened recently. Hugs and love and positive energy to you, Becky. Rick, I'm going to answer your question and then I got to go. And then I'm so sorry. You guys know I want to keep talking. I just can't. I got to pick up that girl. Well, I thought I was going to answer Rick's question if I can find it. Oh, I hate when that happens. La la la. Shastina, Renee. Okay, you guys, I was going to answer Rick's question, but I can't find it now. I'm so sorry. I have to wrap up, everybody. Oh wait, Susan, yes, I did do videos on what it really means to love yourself, but I will do another one. Stay tuned on that, okay? And she's right. It's very, very hard when you've been in an abusive relationship to love yourself properly. Okay, I've got to go, everybody. I'm so sorry. I got to go pick up my daughter. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. It really, really means a lot to me. When you guys come here in the mornings and have coffee with me, it's like literally my favorite part of the day. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And I hope that something that I've said can help you, or something that one of our fellow supporters here in this, this group that comes here is amazing. And I love how you guys support each other and love each other. Thank you. I will be putting up this chat on queenbeing.com if you guys want to keep a copy of it. So this way I can also kind of keep my eye on what you guys need from me, even for the things I wasn't able to see just yet. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I will see you very soon. I'll be back later today for another video. Have a good one. See you soon. Now I just have to find my thing to close up. Okay, now I'm really going.